Okay.
Okay, let's start. Ready? 2:30. Okay, so first of all, today Professor Versus will not be here today because she's not in Hong Kong. So even though this is a science fiction class, we still don't have a really good teleportation system to get her back from overseas. Okay, so instead, so today it will be like Dr. Lloyd and myself giving a lecture, or it may be just me. But if you get really tired of me talking to you guys, then just raise your hand and she'll be ready to jump in and swap with you. Okay, so let's talk about class business, right? Don't forget to sign up the tutorial. I know most of you guys have already signed the tutorial session, so that's good. But for the remaining, I don't know, maybe 10 of them, please do so. Otherwise, you give up your right to pick what you want to read or present. Okay, so you have to more. Don't forget, after you pick a tutorial group, you should pick a course. Again, there's a deadline for you to choose the book. If you miss the deadline, we will assign you a book to read. But can you guys hear me at the back? Yeah? Okay, good. And make sure you pick the books based on the theme. For example, like in Hunger Games, there's no alien. It's hard to write a paper on alien when there's no alien, unless you want to invent one, the Hunger Games 4, or maybe 5. So make sure you go back to your last lecture, take a look at the book list that will suit your tutorial. Okay? We try to make it easy for you guys. There will be no tutorial next week. And if you haven't come to our tutorial this week, please do so. It's a sample tutorial session for you guys, so you can get a sense of what you need to do, okay, for your presentation. Remember, presentation is 45% of your total grade. Okay? Don't screw that up. After you pick your books next week, then we'll give you guys the presentation schedule, which is really important. Because some of you guys will start presenting starting in week 4. Okay, not that much time from now, so you need to get ready. Any questions before I move on? 3, 2, 1, no more. So let's warm up exercise. Okay, I think we need to warm up because you guys just sitting there like a little vegetable. I don't know if you have a previous common core course earlier for the past 2 hours, but I would love you guys to start bring out your little internet gadgets. As I said earlier, bring out your iPhone, your Galaxy phone, your laptop, if you have one, work with your laser. Go to this website, http://hku.iclass.hk and enter the join code O for October, C for Charlie, 6063. That's the join code. And you should not have more than 2. see interface like this once you log in. Yes? Okay. Are you guys ready? No? No internet method or get home getting into the website. Do you guys see this? Yes? Okay. So I want to start going back to the question really beginning, right? Because this is a common core course about science and science fiction. But what is science? So what I would like you guys to do is to basically use your phone, your laptop, to basically just type in, to describe what is science. That's good. You'll be fresh tonight. So I spoke one answer from the student that said evidence. What about the rest of you guys? I'm sure I talked to more than one person in this room. Okay, 3. Amazing. Unbelievable. Can you guys describe science? So make sure you click on the little cloud button after you type the word. You need to submit. I mean, the technology hasn't gone to that, teleprompter. Just like, oh, I think this is the word, and then you can screen. It hasn't had that advancement yet. You guys have problems submitting your answer? Or anyone just lost? Okay, so based on what I've seen from you guys, so when you guys think about science, the word accurate comes up. science. So, okay, we talk about science, it means accurate. Then, what about, if we go back to the next question, if you guys had to describe the word fiction. Unrealistic, fantasy, fake, unreal. Okay, so science is about accuracy, accurate. Fiction is about creative, unreal. Let's see if I can get more answers. I think unreal, creative will stick out. Imagination, okay, story. So we talk about fiction, we talk about something being creative, imagination, unreal, then is it kind of contradictory? If you talk about science, about accuracy, fiction is about something non-real, unrealistic, something imaginative. Why is there such a polarizing description when you describe it by itself, science and fiction? But when you talk about science fiction, then what is science fiction? I mean, it's easy to point out something that's different. I mean, you and I look different, guys with girls. I mean, it's easy to point out the difference. Art and science, it's easy to point out the difference. But is there a way we can think about science fiction? What do they have in common? This is all this exercise I want you to think about because we don't really fully define what science finds. So you put two different polarizing items descriptions together. Science fiction, then what is that? So is it something real or is it something not real? Or is this just should be the time for the afternoon tea for you guys? It's around 2:30. You guys should just have the lowest blood sugar of the day. Okay, so let's take a look at what you guys have said. Okay, nothing in common. So hopefully after this lecture, maybe your idea will change a little bit. Same thing for nonsense, nothing, hell no, all this stuff. Hopefully you're in the right class. Hopefully after this lecture, I'm able to make you change a little bit. Okay, not going to be changed instantly, but maybe over time we change ideas. Boring. And why are you in this class? I'm not going to point out who, but you know who you are. I mean, 7 too late, still repeat at job 2. So, otherwise, it can be a painful semester for you if you think this is a boring class. Okay, so you have to warn again. Having section pattern, okay, never talk about that one, so that's good. Creative, innovative, interesting, most of you guys what you have. Based on facts, yes. Rule proof. And elaborate more on that one, so that's good. So we keep all this definition in mind. If we talk about science, we talk about accurate, fiction, non-real, creative, interesting. Now let's see. My internet is So now when we talk about science fiction, what do they have in common? And what about science fiction? Can you describe science fiction? Awesome, okay. Hopefully you will read more than one book. There's so many awesome sci-fi books. Puzzling, innovative, speculation. That's a good word. Puzzling, good. Many voices. That's good. Half of my lecture will be speculation, expected. So when you put science fiction, right, once again, I think that's super interesting. So I guess the reason you did this class because you like science fiction, this is interesting, that's why you're taking this class. So that's good. Now, faith, okay, not scientific. So science fiction, is it really not scientific? I don't know, but okay, maybe so, maybe not me. Now, so keep all these ideas that you have in mind for today, because this is what you guys come up with, and I will try to present my version, my interpretation of science fiction and science fiction. Okay. So there'll be 2 mainstream channels for science fiction. Okay. So basically, this class, this particular lecture will be split into 2 halves. The first half will be the movie session, and then the second half will be the novel. Okay, sci-fi novels. Okay. Let's take a look at the movie. Okay. So, how is the accuracy of science in sci-fi movies? And once again, I'll let you guys take a clue of that one. Well, is this going to be accurate or not accurate? Once again, for those who are late, you can go to the hku.iclass.hk and enter the joint code OC6063. Okay. 50-50, okay, half and half, depends. So, but the last exercise I saw something that say, fake, not scientific, and then now in here I saw some 50-50s and depends, and answer? I mean, for those who have attended the sample tutorial session, they should have at least some ideas what that will be. About 42, 45. That added up to 87. Then what about the 13? What happened then? Seemingly true. So they did a good job of deceiving the audience. They're a really good magician. Occasion accurate. I like Dr. Lloyd's answer. Yeah. Very sure. Ouch. Don't feel very okay. Well, let's see what we have, okay. Let's see how accuracy is defined. Okay, now I think we're getting a little more scientific, you know, how to define accuracy. Okay. Possibility, not probability, seemingly true. Okay, maybe. This one was pretty good, right? 80, 42, 45, you know, that add up to like 87. Again, I don't know what happened. This is about what? 3.1415592654, and then what's the next 20 or 200 digit? Disappointing. What is true? Okay? We don't know the truth. I don't want to start getting into philosophy class about what is true and not what is true. Okay? Otherwise we'll be having here until 6 p.m. Okay, so where is the difference? Sometimes they have movies, sometimes they don't. Well, that's science and science movie. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a couple of them that at least you know, or at least next time you go to a club or a bar, you talk to someone, at least you can at least sound semi-intelligent. Okay, for the guys or for the girls. Okay, so for example, you know, the first part you should talk about maybe the DNA. You know, some of you guys may be in the biology major, medical student or not. You know, this may be already too old for you guys. You know, the Jurassic Park. Okay, in 1993. He talked about how they can extract the dinosaur blood from the mosquito inside the fossil or the amber, and then they can recreate all the dinosaurs. Okay, so that's the basic plot. But the problem is that DNA actually degrades quite fast. Okay, it has a problem. That's the first problem. You know, it degrades over time. Second of all, even though if it works, assuming you don't have any contamination from the own DNA from the mosquito and all that other stuff all this year, you still need to have a living egg to put that DNA into it, and then so we can become a dinosaur. But the fact that we do not have a living egg, but if we do, then the dinosaur will not be distinct, right? That's the whole point. I mean, if we have eggs already, then the dinosaur will still be alive. So that's the first no-no from the Jurassic Park. Okay, I'm not talking about all this other like, oh, the door is supposed to be open in this second, and then the next second the door appears to be closed. I'm not picking up on those, you know, the movie blog there. I'm actually talking about the science content in the science fiction. Well, let's jump to the next movie, K2. It's a really famous computer game for all the many years. I think maybe some of you guys played this game before. It was filmed in 2005, and the reason that they had this movie or they have to shoot all this zombie-looking monster, was that they have an extra chromosome. What's wrong with that? Anyone with a biology background can tell me what happens if a human being has an extra chromosome. We call that Down syndrome. Okay, so if you're a little bit educated, you'll realize, wait a minute, I cannot turn a zombie, you know, and if we all of a sudden we get to the most politically incorrect movie of all time. Just the fact that, you know, the zombie-looking thing, because of the fact that they have extra chromosome, and that's what we, in real life, we call it the Down syndrome. Okay, so don't say the best movie you ever liked is Boom, okay? And then the reason why is that, oh, because it has an extra chromosome, and then turn into a little zombie looking, and then people will be like, you're so sensitive. Okay, so don't make that mistake. So you have to be more. Now the next one, okay, this one is closer. Pacific Rim. Okay, how many of you guys watched Pacific Rim this summer? Okay, good. So now can I click on you for a second? Pacific Rim. I think there's a one scene you may not remember because it's just a one line. There's a crazy scientist coming out and saying the reason that they look like this is that they have the same DNA. Wait, they have the same DNA? There's no way in hell they look identical to me. I mean, you know, this one has like, 4, 6 guys in here, and then this one has 2, and then, this one has like all these like bioluminescent, this one just looks like a monster looking. I mean, they look like monster, but they don't have exactly the same DNA. I mean, to put in a real perspective, even between, this gentleman and I, we're both guys, male, human being, Homo sapien, we don't have exactly the same DNA. Otherwise, because I'm also the tutor for the crime scene investigation or for the forensic science. So if I kill someone, I could have just say, he killed it. We have the same DNA, but it doesn't work that way. That's why we do DNA testing. So definitely, you don't need to have a really high intelligent science background to pick out those. Oh my God, this is so bad that you just go laugh at you. And then people look at you like you're such a geek. So this is, one DNA commonly misused in sci-fi movie. That doesn't mean, we have bad movie. Well, the second one, more bad science in sci-fi movies. Evolution. Okay? Usually you see that in like X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, and all that stuff. In some evolution that you learn from biology class, from the Darwin principle and all that stuff. What do you know about from evolution? What's the time scale? Thousands of years, right? In the case of the Spider-Man, just the fact that he got bitten by a spider and all of a sudden he turned into Spider-Man, that's just a bit too fast. I mean, you cannot speed up the evolution and call speedvolution over day. Sorry, I mean, it doesn't work that way. I mean, it's a really good way to make the movie go faster because no one is going to sit in the theater to watch it like maybe thousands of years. Okay, right now you're going to turn into Spider-Man. Okay, maybe not you, maybe the son and then your grandson. Damn, when is it going to turn into Spider-Man? Give my money back for my ticket. Okay, or this guy, I mean, all of a sudden he got laser vision because there's a gene mutated in him, when his body is like normal. I mean, it doesn't happen like that. I mean, it's through a series of adaptation, right? Evolution, as we all know. So, come on, this is cool. Okay? And also you can control the weather. I mean, then they should, maybe this will be the chairman for the weather, observation in Hong Kong, right? Yes? Good. I'd love to talk about radiation because that will. Let's not talk about Spider-Man because I want to talk to the guy next to him because that's about radiation. Okay, so anyone know about this guy called the Pope, right? How does he become the Pope? Because he got the gamma radiation, right? Again, we know what radiation can give us. Cancer. Not the green monster-looking thing, guys. Come on. Thank you for helping me to set up the next line, punchline. So yeah, I mean, if that is the case, I'm just going to go outside of this building and then just going to get sunlight.